right? Most of the shows that I do enjoy them, but there'll be a you can even hear it when it gets stopped. So it's important um, because I don't want to be looking at it all the time. Because then I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the clips, I'm looking at you guys. There's lots, you know. Again, understanding yourself and understanding how you can manage. See, so we got video today. It was time management. What if it was resource management? And what if the resources that we're talking about is yourself? What is the tool that we're using and the tool that's available to you? And the resources that was available to you was yourself, your brain power, your energy. You know, that's also important. So I had like an epiphany, and I was like, dude, right now we had TikTok. Okay, I'm so sorry. One of the things that I like watching is the TikTok battles. I like about these two a lot. They're garbage people. They are absolute garbage people. They get like exposed about them once a month. They both have been on the platform for a long time. They both hate each other, and they both are hated by the rest of the people. The funny thing is, they found this almost loophole, which is insane. And when you think about it, this is also super important because you're understanding how people are doing things and how they're viewing their business. They know that they burn their name, right? So then, the two of them who burn their name are in such a bad position, all they can do is fight against each other. And then you're both hated at the same level. And then, like, okay, well, it's not about who you hate, it's who you hate less. You don't only want to win. So it is two people, and I know it's gonna sound horrible, but there's a reason for it. It's two people self-destructing, and you watch them live. And although it is a perverse thing, it is not healthy to watch this. It makes me laugh because they'll talk about each other's mom, and it's kind of like a circus, and it's crazy because you think that those people don't exist, but they do. You know, they do, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't know that existed. So, to go back on the subject, I was like, okay, well, I want to watch this. And I was watching this, and then I was like, okay, well, I have two choices. I just did, and this is really cool. This is really, really, really cool. I just did a couple hours of clips, which again is taking this to this. The clips in itself it's not hard, but it's tedious. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again, and your brain gets into this loop, and then you cannot get out of the loop, so it becomes boring, right? Your brain isn't bored because what you're doing is boring. Your brain is bored because what you're doing lacks stimulus, which stimulates your brain into becoming a more active and more responsive organ. What I'm doing is stimulating, it's something I enjoy. I'm answering this with enthusiasm. In this very case, the fuel for your brain to work as perfectly as it is enthusiasm. You're right. It isn't the subject. It is your perception of the subject, your emotional response. Right? So when you watch, I'm gonna say the dumbest shit ever, but I don't care. When you watch corn, right? You watch corn. You kind of get into this mood, right? You kind of get into this mood, and corn is a perfect example in a fucked up way because you get into a position where your brain is thinking like, hey, okay, it's corn time, right? And you get into another position where your brain is like, well, my body needs it, right? But then you also get into a position of this is a response to a certain event, aka I'm bored, I got a couple of minutes, I'm going to sleep. For example, me, I have consumed corn, and I don't see a lot of information. I don't care. I have consumed corn for a while, and I'll be honest. If I don't watch corn before I go to sleep, I don't sleep well. I have a hard time falling asleep. Why? Because my body is accustomed to that. It's like, for example, this person that always have a glass of water next to the bed when they're sleeping. Do they drink it? No. Most of the time they left it halfway empty. They drink a sip or two, right? But it's a source of comfort for them, right? This is your brain that's programming thing, right? Your body. This is the amazing thing, right? A lot of people. I was sleeping. I said in the video I was sleeping for 4 hours. Somebody said, "How did you do it?" And I said, "It's simple. Your body will tell you it's tired. It's your body that will tell you it's tired, right? But who's in charge of the body? The brain. So if you can convince your own brain that you're not that tired, your brain will send a message to the body that's not tired. Now, ultimately speaking, the body will shut down, right? It's gonna be something that's gonna happen. But imagine when your body's shutting down, that you have enough content to be able to go to sleep for 8 hours and upload constantly for the 8 hours. And the time that you upload for the 8 hours is time where you don't have to worry about storage. You don't have to worry. And if you're lucky enough, those 8 hours are completed by all of the video that you posted or that you want to post, you're finished. You know? And that's what you have to think about. It's also management. It's not about how much time I'm awake. This is also insane. It's like the I'm not making content for money, but the financial motivation behind making content are there also. There is a financial, but it's not a financial in the sense of I can be a millionaire. I have a fucking hard on thinking that a video that I made 2 years ago that I don't even remember making. It happened last week. We had a monster review. It was oatmeal. What he said, oh, the can is rare. And I went to check on Google and they were right. It was rare. There's rarer can, and it was rare. And then there's a video that I did 2 years ago. Do I remember making this video? Yes. Is it something that I think about on a daily basis? No. You know? So it's like, okay, well, guess what? You know? And then another video that I did 3 years ago when I opened up a lighter. And I opened up a lighter and people commented and said, yo, this is super cool. Did you have a problem with it? Right? This is so kind of important in a way of what I'm doing is fun, you know? What I'm doing is meaningful. And finding meaning is such it's so hard to talk about. It's so complex also. I was having a hard time with finding meaning in what I was doing. But then, what is the description of meaning? And in my opinion, what is meaningful and what isn't meaningful? Well, if I knew what's meaningful, I would do something that's meaningful, right? And then, even if I do understand what meaningful means, then perhaps there's a small chance, a very small chance, that something that is meaningful to me isn't meaningful to someone else. And if it isn't meaningful to someone else, then we have a disagreement, right? Now, ultimately speaking, because we're looking for work.